Greetings all, I pray all is well. You know my message is always changing the vibration of this planet with love, and what conversations can we have to assist in this process. So this message came from just listening to different conversations, and the thing is, when you're talking about love and changing the vibration of this planet with love, it is not a concept that everybody really understands or cares to understand. So I know it's when it resonates with you, it's because it's something connects with your heart. It is very much a connection space. Sometimes you can hear something that like that, oh, that makes sense. But at the same time, I'm like, how do we navigate a world when you know that love is the presiding force, yet there is negative forces that are trying to take you off your center, so to cause issues and problems and chaos in your life? What do you do with that space? So again, the only way that I can do this is, I look back at, when I look back at my life, and I look back at the way that, when people want to tell a story, right? This is the thing. If you look out nowadays, basically where we're at, when people tell stories, they want you to believe them stories. Now, stories can be fully made up, or they could be truthful. You know what I mean? You never know. But when I talk about myself, there was many a narrative, many a story that was told to a lot of people about me that was not true. And for many years, I didn't understand why I was subjected to certain things, right? Or penalized for certain things. And I got a mouth on me, yeah, but I don't argue. I don't fuss with people. I'm not someone who goes into spaces to fight, and to try and clear my name. But sometimes the damage was done, but it was like, how did I overcome that space? Because again, if somebody wants to tell a story, what they say about the lion and the hunter, as long as the pen is always in the hunter's hand, the hunter's always going to come out victorious. The lion's you're never going to hear the perspective of the lion, right? I know I've said it all incorrect, but you understand what I'm saying. So in the midst of fighting those energies, the only way, and I'm being dead ass, the only way that I've been able to maneuver through this is working on me and understanding me and loving me, and understanding that my light, my love, who I am, is more powerful than any story that anybody has about me that is not true. I remember somebody said something to a mutual friend of ours, right? And the way that they portrayed me was to be like some kind of hateful bitch, and there was a narrative that, to the point where she said, I've been sitting here waiting to see this other side of you, and I never saw it. So I was kind of confused as to why I was told all this, but I never saw that side of you. I said, I kind of get used to people wanting to assassinate my character, wanting to tell stories about me. I'm used to it. Does it hurt? Abso-bloody-lutely. I was going to say the F word, but I'm trying to change my potty mouth. Abso-bloody-lutely it does hurt. But again, what assists me was that energy and frequency of love, of understanding myself, getting to understand the root of who I am. When I realized that a lot of the stuff that was coming at me was basically to deter me from being who I am. When you understand that when you have a journey to do, a job to do, a purpose, right? There's going to be energies that's going to try and thwart. I don't know why I wanted to say that word, but anyway, thwart your efforts. And the only way that people can thwart or pause your efforts is to make you feel that you're not worthy, or make you feel that you can't do it, you're not good enough, or this, that, and the other. So even this journey of me being Oba has been a challenge, because the attacks, the arrows, and all of that stuff has been coming for years, to act like that, you ain't you can't, you're a woman, you can't be a king, you're this, da. And I'm telling you, my ancestors, the spirits, the Orisha, Ifa, would always remind me, their stories is whatever they want it to be. Your stories is your own. Your story has not deviated from who I am since the first time I got told who I am. You know what I mean? Recognizing it in myself has been a journey in itself. But every divination or every message that comes without even me looking for it is always referred to me as who I am. So I say all this to say that, you know, when it comes to self-love and self-honoring, there will be stories that are gonna make you, because like I said, not everybody sees, because to me, I feel that changing the vibration of this planet with love is like a movement. It's like a force that can shift the energy to change the world. I do know that that's a fact, that's what can happen. So, and there's many people that feel this way too. And so the fact that it's a movement, just remember there's going to be people in your reality, in your world, that's not going to speak favorably about you based upon their own insecurities, their own fears, and their own lack of self-love. Because when you know better, you do better. When you feel better, you express better. When you're happy, that energy expresses and it gets shared, and it is a continuous flow. And again, I'm going to talk about that another time. But this was just about, just remember that there's many stories that could be told about you. Good, bad, or indifferent. What matters is what you carry, how you carry, and how you express yourself. This is not the time to play small because of how people want to perceive you based on the narratives or the stories that other people have expressed. It's time for you to stand in your light, stand in that love, and allow love to show the world who you are. It's a time. You know, you will find more like-minded people that feel the same way as you, that you're not an anomaly over here that, you know what I mean, that is all by yourself and nobody. You'll find that there's other people that feel the same way as you, that feel that love is a force that's going to change this world, and they just need some people to work with or walk with or, you know, communicate with and share that energy with. It doesn't matter. And again, I've always said, if you got issues with black, white, rich, poor, gay, straight, any isms and schisms that you got issues with, you're a part of the problem. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people ain't done some foul stuff, because they have. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about an energy of change. If we're going to change this world, we've got to change it as a collective. And that means putting all the schisms aside. We can still educate. We can still acknowledge. We can still support. We can still understand. We can still show, I don't want to say regrets, show remorse and all those types of things to shift the narratives. But at the end of the day, no matter what narrative is given about you, the only narrative that you need to care about is the one that you give off, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you enter rooms, the light that you give to other people, the energy that other people feel when they speak to you, the energy that people feel just by being in your presence. That's the energy that speaks louder than any narrative that anybody could ever have about you. Note that. Love is a force that changes all things in massive ways, and you got to know this. You part of this. You part of that change. Anyway, I'm at work now. We love you, and we love me too. Take care. Peace out.